Rebecca Grossman sentenced to 15 years to life for second-degree murder. Joining us live right now, two LA legal analysts, Neama Rahmani, former federal prosecutor and co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers, and white-collar defense attorney Rachel Fizet. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Rachel, you there as well? Rachel, you there? Hello, Rachel? Okay, she's going to be on shortly. So, Neama, let me start with you. What do you think? Was this the right sentence?
I don't think so. And respectfully, I disagree with Lou Shapiro. I mean, he's coming from a defense attorney perspective. But here is someone who had her cake and she ate it too. She got the deal she would have gotten had she accepted responsibility, pled guilty. Really, I have to give credit to Jim Squirtus, her new lawyer, did an outstanding job, essentially giving her a manslaughter deal when here's someone who accepted no responsibility, blamed the victims, blamed her ex-boyfriend, took the case to trial, was convicted quickly like she should have been, and still got the benefit of a 15-year sentence. She should have gotten at least 25 like any other murderer, or even the high end of 34 that the prosecution was asking for. Really sad day for justice. And it really perpetuates the belief that the rich and powerful get a better deal than those who aren't.
So how do you think claims by the Iskander family of Grossman showing no remorse played a part in this sentencing? Because, they left the courtroom, prosecutors as well, visibly, disturbed, upset by the sentencing, showing no remorse. I mean, how do you think that played in this?
It clearly didn't play any part in it because the judge should have taken into consideration, look, remorse, acceptance of responsibility. Those are things that judges should consider at sentencing. Not someone who talk about 4 years after the fact, finally accepts responsibility for what she did. Let's not forget, she was speeding, she killed two young boys, kept going, blamed someone else, blamed those poor children, said they shouldn't have been playing in the street. And she got only 15 years? Are you kidding me? Really sad day for justice. So, I do agree with the district attorney's office. I do agree with the victims' families. They got the raw end of the deal, and this was a sad day for justice here in LA County.
All right, I want to bring in Rachel Fizet as well right now. She has just joined us. Rachel, you there?
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for coming on. Let me ask you as well, was this a lenient or a punitive sentence in your mind?
I think this is a middle-of-the-road sentence. 15 years to life is a meaningful sentence. It could have been harsher, but it also, her team was arguing for a lot less. So I think for a 61-year-old woman, this is she may be spending the rest of her life behind bars.
So let me ask you this first, Rachel. I'm going to come to you first with this. How much leeway is there for judges on sentencing? I mean, seems like there's a lot, especially in a case like this.
I think there is a lot of leeway, and the judge had a lot of factors to weigh here. Obviously, the judge found that she was reckless and that what she did was unquestionably negligent. However, I think he found because this was not intentional, there was some other leeway granted. It's a second-degree murder. So the jury weighed all of that in the conviction, but I think the judge himself was weighing what was going on here, and this is where he came down, was a bit in the middle.
Got it. Again, we are on the phone now with LA legal analyst Neama Rahmani and former federal prosecutor and co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers and white-collar defense attorney Rachel Fizet. Neama, let me ask you this as well. Leeway for the judge here, did he get it right? Neama, you there?
I am.
Okay.
So judge has a lot of leeway. Judges have gone down all the way to a sentence of probation, and this is why they pay them the big bucks. But sometimes judges get it wrong. And here's someone who had her vehicle not broken down a quarter mile away, may have escaped justice altogether. Here's someone who pushed the case to trial, made the victim's family suffer through it, made those jurors deliberate, and ultimately, she got the benefit of a lenient deal that most judges would not have imposed that someone pushed this case all the way to trial. So, yeah, obviously the judge could issue whatever sentence he
Sure.
deems appropriate.
Yeah.
But I think the judge got it wrong in this case.
All right, Rachel Fizet, again, do you think the judge got it right, the sentence?
I think the judge was weighing a lot of things going on here. I think he does appear to be without a lot of remorse, and through time has appeared not to be remorseful, not to take responsibility, and that would argue for a higher sentence. But her age and basically that there was not an intentional aspect to this crime, I think made the judge ultimately give her the lower end of what could have happened, or the middle to lower end of what he could have done.
All right, and just very quickly, you think there's going to be an appeal?
I do think there will be appeal. I think they have begun appeals in this already, or that they had contemplated it through time. So I would not be surprised if we saw an appeal on this.
Okay, and Neama, what about you?
Oh, she will appeal. Let's not forget, in her sentencing paper, she said, "I'm not a murderer." Here's someone who has a great lawyer. She will absolutely appeal, and that's her constitutional right. But another reason why she should not have been given any leniency whatsoever. So shameful what happened there.
All right, again, LA legal analyst Neama Rahmani, former federal prosecutor and co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers, and white-collar defense attorney Rachel Fizet. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You bet.
There's a lot of noise out